Hello and welcome to Call of Duty Black Ops 4. One of the things I've been asked to do quite likely is to share my sensitivity and controller settings for Black Ops 4, and I thought a good place to do this would be here in firing range in a custom game in Blackout, because I use the same settings for all of my for Blackout and multiplayer. Which, in fact, I think you do. I think when you just apply one, yeah, it just applies it. And as you can see, the firing range is actually not a bad place to come and practice shooting as well, just to fine-tune some of your firing range skills. So anyway, let's go into the options and see what I do. So first off, yes, I am one of those people who inverts my look. I don't know, I've always done it. And then I have my sensitivity really low. Now probably a few of you are laughing at this, having it on 3, which is below the average. I have to do this because if I don't, I tend to go past my targets. And if you find as you're running along and you're trying to centre, and by centre I mean you're always trying to keep your centre reticle where your enemies might be coming from, so on doorways, on the corners of buildings, on the edges of rocks, that sort of stuff. If I'm not quite centred and I have to snap onto a target who pops up, if my sensitivity is too high, I go past them and then have to drag it back. And that's an indication of having your sensitivity too high, because you're snapping too far and then coming back again. So at the moment I've got mine down at 3. I did run at 4 for a long time, but I found with 3 I was actually more accurate. It may be that I'm getting better at centering as well. Aim down, sight sensitivity just 1, high zoom 1, target assist on obviously, aim assist on obviously. If you ever want to do practicing against bots in the multiplayer offline mode, turn target assist and aim assist off, and then you'll get better. Controller vibration, I turn that off so it doesn't give me a shock. Just sometimes what happens is when you're running around in Blackout, especially where you haven't seen anybody for 10 minutes, all of a sudden somebody turns around the corner and blats you and your controller vibrates and it makes you really jump, so I turn that off. Sprint cancel reload off, auto mantle off, auto sprint off, and I just use the default stick layout. Graphics, normal stuff, not colorblind mode. I use the Treyarch mix for the audio, but I mean try the other ones, but Super Crunch can be very good for hearing people's footsteps and things like that, and obviously headphones as well. But Treyarch mix seems, in fact I'll tell you what, for the next few games I'm going to try out headphones. Yes, I will. Play around with different things. Now, one of the things you might want to do, especially for Blackout, is turn down the music volume and turn down the cinematics as well. That way you don't get the announcer, saying things all the time and kind of putting you off. You're in the middle of a gunfight and all of a sudden the announcer will say, "Circle is collapsing," and you're like, I'm trying to listen to somebody's for somebody's footsteps. Minimap, I have the round minimap. I've tried the square, it doesn't really work for me. Item pick up, hold. You can change that to press, might be a little bit faster, but I've got used to it from the beta, so I do that. Mounting orientation forward, reload behavior on release, which is the normal one, and that is about it really. So middle of the screen there. So the idea is that as you're moving around, say I'm always keeping it at the edge of a building, so that I know if somebody's there, I can zap them. So if I thought somebody might be looking out that window, as I'm moving, I'll be trying to keep my reticle there. So for ADS, I can shoot at them straight away. So if you were like coming around here and I thought somebody might be at range, again I can blast them that way. And when we're talking about sensitivity being too high, let's say I was trying to centre on this chap, say they just popped out from cover, instead of kind of being able to go straight onto them kind of thing, ooh, like say you spin and you go past too far, and then you've got to say come back to them like that, so your ADS and you kind of go that's an indication that maybe your sensitivity is too high and you might want to move it down a little bit. Anyway, there we go. They're my Black Ops 4 sensitivities and controller settings for Blackout and multiplayer, and this is a custom game of Blackout where I'm in the entire Blackout map all by myself, and it's a great way of exploring, getting to know the map without having to worry about bumping into nasty people who might try and kill you. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you've got any more questions or comments, put them in the box down below. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.